Welcome back to another edition of Animal General with me, your host, Dr. Mike Hutchinson. Thank you for tuning in. Today's edition, I'm going to talk about Thanksgiving, one of my favorite holidays of the year. Of course, I love the fall, but Thanksgiving and Halloween, they're just great holidays and close enough together to really enjoy them. It's a time for family. Back in the 1600s, when the Pilgrims experienced their first Thanksgiving, it was a little bit different. Then when President Lincoln in 1863 declared the last Thursday of November to be a day of national prayer and Thanksgiving, well, there you have it. Now we like to spend time with our families, giving thanks and hopefully prayer and being grateful, but we like to be around our pets. And studies say 60% or more of us are going to share some of our Thanksgiving meal with our pets. So I want to talk about that. Is it okay to give them turkey? Some people have heard it's really bad for their dogs. Well, that's not true. A little bit of white meat's okay. I just wouldn't recommend giving the skin. The skin contains a lot of fat, and it's not typical in your dog's diet or your cat's diet, and it could cause them to get pancreatitis. Pancreatitis could cause a trip to the emergency clinic, and we don't want that. Almost all the trips to the emergency clinic during the Thanksgiving holiday season are for food emergencies or animals getting into things like bones, brittle bones. Cooked bones get brittle. Poultry bones especially can snap and cause a puncture in the intestine or cause an obstruction. So we don't want that to happen, and we want to make sure that we protect our pets from that. Don't give them the trimmings. The gravies are too fattening. Again, pancreatitis, they don't do real well with fat. We want to make sure that for instance, some people don't think of uncooked rolls. So we all like to have rolls with our meal, but an uncooked roll is tasty to a dog. If they eat it, and this has happened, they start to rise in their stomach and produce alcohol. They not only can get drunk, they can bloat, which is a very serious emergency in our pets. So please keep things even like our rolls away from our pets. Desserts can contain xylitol, which is a sugar-free sweetener that is toxic to dogs. So nothing. You have to protect the dogs. If your dog, and you can't trust the guests that are with you, because a lot of times we have family members coming in that think they can sneak something to our pet, maybe you should put them away in another room and not bring them out until you have everything packaged away and safe so that they can't get into it. The other thing is, people like the smells of Thanksgiving, the potpourri and the candles. That can be extremely dangerous to our cats and dogs. It can be an irritant to their lungs. I know that bird owners stay away from this because that potpourri, those fumes can cause death in a bird. So be aware of those things. Also be aware that when they're curious, they could knock them over, and we don't want to fire, especially when there's a lot of people around, or any time for that matter. But our pets sometimes inadvertently will knock over a candle, and just be careful of that. And the garbage is certainly our responsibility. We have a pantry, but somebody doesn't close the door. The dogs, you know where their head goes, right into the garbage, right into the aluminum foil. The aluminum foil wraps it up. You think they can't smell it? Guess what? They'll eat the foil. And we've taken those obstructions out of many pets. So please protect your pets from this holiday. Otherwise, it can be a very good time. I'm telling you about all the bad things. And as I said, you can share a little bit of green beans with your dog. You can share in carrots. You can share a little bit of the white meat, as I said. But let's stay away from the darker meats. They're higher in fat. That's why they taste so good. And let's keep away from the skins as well. And you'll have a safe holiday. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, don't just live and let live, but live and help live.